I didn't even give you a full introduction. Will Ferrell, actor, comedian, former Saturday Night Live cast member. Zoolander 2, Daddy's Home, Get Hard, The Lego Movie, Anchorman 2, Eastbound and Down, the Campaign, The Other Guys. Your dad was a keyboardist and saxophonist for the Righteous Brothers, and you earned a degree in sports information from USC.
Turned down by Mad TV.
You didn't make Mad TV?
Didn't make Mad TV.
How old were you?
26.
How devastated?
Not that devastated. I mean, a little bit, but kind of got into the second or third round of auditions, which was nice, which I hadn't had that experience.
So you
before.
go from Mad TV then to Saturday Night Live.
Well, there was this new thing called Mad TV, and everyone was auditioning and going out, and then didn't get that, and then literally a month later, they started SNL. The word was out that Sandler and all those guys were leaving, so they were looking for people. So, but didn't get Mad TV.
We were talking about the logo. You have a great story here because Jerry West joining us coming up.
So the great story. So obviously he is the logo, the iconic photo of him dribbling, and in the next frame, he dribbles the ball off his foot.
Are you sure about that?
No, I just made that up.
Yeah. Because I thought he went up for a jumper. The next dribble, he goes up for a jumper.
Oh, he probably did.
Yeah.
I just thought it'd be funny.
But I like
if the next frame, he's dribbled it off his foot.
Do you realize if you had played that serious, I would have just asked Jerry West that. But I would have quoted you.
I should have hung.
I would have quoted you. Will Ferrell said the ball goes off your foot as you're making that iconic move there. What do you remember from your SNL audition?
What do I remember? Well, there were two of them. There was the initial one, and then they had a callback. The first one was, if you've ever been in Studio 8H, there's a lobby part before you walk in through the double doors to go into the studio, and there's, all those photos of all the past hosts, all the past cast. So you're hanging out in that lobby, listening to the person auditioning before you, trying to collect your thoughts before you go on.
Who was on before you? You remember?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Because in that, I think they auditioned something like 50 to 75 people. It was a huge nationwide search that year because they were losing so many people off that cast. And
what was your go-to, though, that you knew if this went well, I'm good, and if it doesn't go well, I got no shot?
The go-to, I thought there was a character I'd done at the Groundlings, which is the sketch comedy troupe here in Los Angeles, that I had done, that I thought if this kind of works, I might have a fighting chance. And it ended up being the first sketch of the first show I got to do, and it was this guy that we called the Get Off the Shed guy, who was just having a benign family barbecue and just, having small talk, about his golf game. And then for no reason would yell off camera to his kids to get off the shed. So, yeah, and that was the only move in the sketch, was that it'd be like, you talked to Chuck Henderson yesterday? I understand he threw his back out. Yeah, well, I told him not to, lift heavy equipment without a dolly. Hey, get off the shed! Anyway, I got a new Dodge Caravan, and I love the way it drives. It's a real front-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive is just, you got great handling. And I told you for the last time, get off the shed! And are you gonna go to the Christmas party this year or not? Because we missed you last year. Anyway, so and my yelling and chastising of the off-screen children got more elaborate, and it was like, I will take my belt off and beat you, and then
by then you're reading the room.
Yeah,
right?
Well, they purposely set. It was so crazy. I can't describe how crazy it was because Lorne Michaels makes it like a vacuum in there. There's no other people in. He wants to kind of, reasonably set up the tension and the
Pressure.
pressure.
So
of
there's
doing
nobody, no reaction?
There's no audience.
Oh.
So you're doing it, yeah. So you're doing comedy. Now, I'd heard later that people are watching on monitors in other rooms cracking up, but you have no sense of that. So you have to really, I just kept telling myself, don't speed up, just take your time. And you're almost so nervous that you stop being nervous because you're like, this is insane. This is like walking on the moon.
But when you walk out.
When I walked out, I was like, okay, you know what? I gave it my best shot.
Go down swinging.
Go down swinging.
Yeah.
And then I'd heard later that the 3 or 4 of us that were from the Groundlings, I think it was myself, Sherry O'Terry, Chris Kattan, and Jennifer Coolidge, that all of the Groundlings had done really well. And then made the next callback. And I'd also done Harry Carey doing a play reading.
Well, you remember the
ESPYs
that year.
I don't know if you remember this moment, but we made eye contact.
I'm in the like front row.
I thought you were backstage too for a moment.
Well, I was doing something I think with Bill Murray.
But I remember seeing you going, "Oh, there's that guy Dan Patrick. I should say hi, but you're about to go on, or I'm about to go on."
I think you were going on, and I was coming off. But
so
I was in I got into the audience when you started, and I went, "Oh boy," like you were going deep and harsh.
And
and I think I had John Elway sitting behind me, and you made fun of his teeth,
right? And we were just in the hay. We were told, "Oh, they'll love it. They'll love being roasted."
Yeah. That's what athletes love. Yeah.
Then I was told later that it was referred in the halls of the mothership for years as like, let's not have any more of those moments.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was. I was in meetings where they brought your name up.
Yeah. But I heard it was like for 10 straight years.
And Norm Macdonald, I think, his name was brought up too.
Yeah.
Don't do what Norm did.
Because we were just coming from SNL. We were producing the show. We're like, oh, let's just go after everyone and have a great time, and they'll love it.
Yeah. Elway's look on his face when you start talking about his horse teeth.
See, I was in the haze of Harry Carey. I had no idea.
Yeah. And it's probably good that you didn't.
I found out later, and I was like, oh,
I think he wanted to fight you that
night. I'm sure.
More with Will Ferrell. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this on the Dan Patrick Show. Wait, do you want to take us to break as Harry Carey? Can you channel Harry?
Yeah. Is there anything you want me to?
You can mention that more with Will Ferrell, and then Jerry West, the logo, will tell us the great logo story coming up next hour.
Hey, coming back. What time is it? 7:48 Pacific Coast time. That's midnight on the East Coast. We're coming back. We've got a great guy. I played pickup with him. Pickup basketball, Jerry West. One of the top 30 ball players to ever pick up the rock. Coming back once we return from these fine sponsors.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.